Hey guys, back again with another video. So, do you remember this little short video that I put out? I don't know how long ago now. Well, here we are. I'm redoing it again because I've had several obstacles trying to get my way, but that's okay. This is the stuffed bell peppers casserole that I did for dinner, and it was actually so good. The bell peppers were tender, the layers were perfectly proportioned, everything was just so good. So anyways, if you want to see how God literally speaks to me, this is one of those things. He gave me this in the grocery store, guys. I'm not even kidding. So let's get into this recipe. Come on and cook with me, y'all. This is going to be fun. Welcome to all of you who are not returning but new. And thank you. And welcome to you who are returning. Here we go. Let's do this. So, you need 2 packs of meat of your choice. It could be beef, it could be ground turkey. My preference is ground turkey. You need rice of your choice. You need seasonings of your choice. The only thing that I would say that you absolutely need to make sure you do have is tomato sauce, your choice of pasta sauce, but it needs to be a red sauce, and some chunky salsa for sure, and the mild taco seasoning. I like the 30% less sodium. And you also need, of course, bell peppers, whether they're sliced or diced, chopped, or however you like them. Mine are soaking here in the salt and water because I love to do that with all of my veggies. Um, you're gonna need a measuring cup of some sort. I just use what I have on hand, y'all, and I do not have all my equipment yet. I don't have a tripod. I don't have a ring light anymore. I used to have that stuff and it got lost in the moving. So there's my beautiful daughter. She's saying hello. You need to make sure that you preheat your oven to 375. Every oven varies, so you can do 325, 350, or even 400. Just make sure that if you do put it at 400, you do not put it any higher, and that you don't put it any longer than 25 to 30 minutes. So cut the time by like 10 to 15 minutes. This is what I'm going to use to brown my rice because you need Spanish rice for stuffed bell peppers. So basically, I don't use oil that often, but I do love using, I can't believe it's not butter for literally everything, y'all. It's literally my go-to for everything. So anyways, you need a pan to do your layers in, an oven safe pan, of course. And then you need 2 pots. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and show you right here. 1 cup of rice is what I'm going to use. You can use more, you can use less, according to your family size or what you prefer. You just need enough to do um, the layering with the rice, just like how you would do in a stuffed bell pepper. I love basmati rice, so that's my preference. That's what I use for my family. You can be, open to whatever you use, or you can choose the one I'm using here. It cooks really fast and it's super good and it's really filling, just like any rice. Um, Anyways, you do need to rinse off your utensils, of course. Some of the things that you can't see on camera. As I said, I don't have a tripod or anything to set it up the right way or a rotating tripod like I would like, but it is accumulating. So, um, that is what I'm doing here. I'm browning the rice. It takes a while, so make sure that you leave it on low or on like medium low, so that way it doesn't brown too fast before you finish your meat sauce. Here I am putting on a glove. I'm going to go ahead and start with putting the meat into the pan. I mean the pot. Yes, I'm using a pot for the meat sauce because I'm going to cook the meat in the pot and then put the ingredients in there to make the sauce, the meat sauce. So like I was saying before, I use 2 packs of meat because I have 5 kids, but you can use however many packs of meat or for a portion of meat as you would like. So I rinsed off my spatula. I'm not about to touch that meat, y'all, so I went ahead and put on a glove. And so start by putting your meat into the pan or the pot or your skillet, whatever you choose to use. and if it's big enough, use it. Anyways, so my daughter is such a good help, you guys. She loves cooking with me. She doesn't really like being on camera as often, so you'll see her pop in here and there, but she really does love cooking with me. So she asked me if she could do this video with me, and so I told her go right ahead and feel free. So here you see me just chopping the meat, and it is going to be really nice and fine because you want to make sure that it's nice and layerable. So it's not like, you don't have to have small fine pieces. You can make them in chunks if you want, but just like in a stuffed bell pepper, how you would gut the bell pepper, rinse the bell pepper, take all the seeds out and all that stuff, and then fill it with the rice and the meat. So basically, all you're doing is making the meat sauce separate and then making the Spanish rice separate, and then you're gonna layer it. So we're gonna get into that here soon. My daughter is going to stir the rice here. As you can see, she's asking me to help her because she can't keep the pot still and stir because she's so tiny. And I think it's cute, but it's so funny. I told her, you got this, girl. You got this. So yes, she's very independent. She wanted to add her own little pizzazz to what she was doing. So she was like, let me go ahead and put some of this seasoning. I'm like, no, not yet. So here I am making sure that the meat is chopped as it cooks down. And as it's browning, it's on low. I don't cook on high, you guys. I cook on medium or low medium, like in between. Um, and feel free to use whatever utensils you have. If you have a meat crusher, then use that. I don't even know if that's what they call those little handle things that you cut the meat with when you not okay, yeah, let's not get into that. I don't even know what it's called, y'all. Just forget it. So anyways, yes, I am chopping the meat and she is stirring the rice and making sure that it's browning evenly and nothing's burning. No, she did not get burned, y'all. She literally just got something splashed on her, so she's fine. We practice health and safety all the time in our kitchen, and we are very aware of what we are doing. Of course, it doesn't look like it right now because I'm trying to reach over to stir the meat and chop it up as the rice is cooking in the front burner. I did not use the left side because the pan is there, and I could have moved it, but I don't have much space in the place that I live in right now. There's like very small counter space and there's very little space elsewhere, so I had to make do with what I had, like I said. And yes, of course, like the mom brain that I have, I went and decided to put on my apron halfway through this recipe, but that's okay. At least I didn't get any splashes on me before I chose to do it. And yes, I give you the thumbs up because it's necessary. Yay me. So anyways, my other daughter is right there. I don't know if you can see her head. She's literally chilling at the computer, like crashing out over Roblox, y'all. And so, yes, like I said, my older daughter just popped in. She likes to do that from time to time. She quickly turned the camera away from her. That's how the meat is. I strained it off the camera and I went ahead and started recording again. That's what the browning looks like when you want to start to add your sauce. You want to add your tomato sauce in when it's like a yellow brown looking like vermicelli-ish, and then you want to start adding your seasonings into your meat, yes, after you strain it, because you're going to mix in the sauces and that's going to simmer for a little bit. So here I am adding in the tomato sauce. I'm going to move it back onto the burner. You want 1 part tomato sauce, 2 parts water, so that the rice can cook completely through. So here I am adding 1 part water. Yes, I'm making sure y'all can see. And my daughter is having a blast shaking that spoon, y'all. She's like, okay, mom, you do it. You stir it. And so she's telling me how to do what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so she's coaching me now. So yeah, this is the fun we have in the kitchen together. And we're gonna put some chicken bouillon into the rice. I like to use chicken bouillon. You can use beef bouillon. You can use garlic salt, you can use regular salt, you can use whatever you choose to use, but to me, black pepper and chicken bouillon absolutely put a bomb taste into the Spanish rice. It literally puts a pizzazz in there. And we like to add high to veggies in almost everything we do. So we're going to go ahead and put some of my pre-chopped red onions inside of the rice. Um, I like to have a lot of vegetables and fruit on hand for like cooking or giving it to the kids and things like that, for myself to make salad or whatever. And so I'm going to use the red onion. And here you see my oldest daughter coming back in. She's like, Mom, I need you to do so and so. I'm like, all right, hold this camera real quick. She's like, I got you. So I poured the onions in while she's holding the camera. And now I'm mixing the meat around because it is simmering that nicely with all of those seasonings in there. I went ahead and added the taco seasoning. I added the ranch dip seasoning, and I also added a black pepper. So yeah, that wasn't working for me. I went ahead and stuck it in the slot like it's supposed to be. Don't come for me, you little chefs out there, because I ain't got time. So you want to add a little bit of the pasta sauce of your choice at a time. I only added like less than a quarter of it at a time. I added a salsa. I did end up coming back and adding a little bit off camera of the salsa and finishing off putting more of the pasta sauce, and I did end up putting a full jar of it into the meat. Um, there you saw me laughing at myself because I went to try and put the garlic salt into the meat and it was not open, so I had to open it, and that left me with remembering to do it for the time. Put one little pinch of thyme, put a bunch of parsley flakes because I love parsley, y'all. And here I go. I'm about to go in with the minced garlic. And of course, I love minced garlic. I don't remember what I was pointing to, so don't ask. Um, I put about two teaspoons, heaping teaspoons of the garlic into the meat. And of course, one, like half of one into the rice. So I'm going to go ahead and stir the meat and let the rice begin to simmer. And of course, my daughter is trying to stir it, and she had a little accident, and that's okay. We have accidents when we're young and learning, and you just teach them to clean as they go. You see, it's just simple wipe up, and it's done. Now, if you let it sit there and dry, which that's happened before, it is a lot harder to get up. So don't. Um, but yeah, so she really enjoys cooking as well. So I teach them a lot, and most of my girls, all of my girls, I have 3 girls, 2 boys. Um, my oldest is 14, and my youngest child is 6. But anyways, they mostly all know how to do at least majority of the recipes I like to make for my family and things that I've created myself, as like this one. Um, the rice is pretty much done, so now I'm going to begin to strain the bell peppers. I went ahead and took all the water and salt out, rinsed them one more time. Now here you see me layering them in the pan. This is how you're going to begin the casserole. So you're going to layer your bell peppers. And hold on, I need a water break. Yes, core water, the Vibrant is so good. The nutrient enhanced one, the pink grapefruit is my favorite. Because it has the vitamin C, the biotin, and the zinc. And of course, I'm in perimenopause, so that is very good. So yeah, that's what you want your Spanish rice to look like. And that's what you want it to look like before you start layering. And the meat, as you can see, has already begun to simmer. And I'm going to let the sauce simmer a little bit more. Remember that the um, oven needs to be preheated as of right now by this time. As you begin to layer, you're going to need cheese of your choice. I like to use the shredded Mexican blend and the sharp cheddar slices. The slices go at the top and the cheddar blend of the Mexican blend goes in between. So what I did here was I layered it with the bell peppers, of course, as you've seen. Then I put a layer of rice, and then I went ahead and put the shredded cheese, and then you're going to put a layer of meat sauce. And of course, you want to kind of make it a little bit heavier with the meat sauce layer because that's actually the meat. Yeah, I have a nice play on words right there. Okay, yeah, but that is the meat of the entire dish. So you want to make sure that the meat sauce is layered nicely across the entire pan. And I like to put the cheese in between the rice and the meat sauce and then again on top before the bell peppers again, just so that it has a nice hold on the entire casserole and they stick together nicely. So that's what you see me doing here. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in again with some cheese. I love cheese. My family loves cheese. So, you know, you can either do more or less. It's up to you. It's your choice. That's what I love about this dish as well. God gave it to me, and I think it's beautiful because it could accommodate anybody's schedule. It could go for anybody that wants to be a little bit hearty but a little bit healthy at the same time. It's got packed protein portions in there. It's got your veggies in there. It's got a whole bunch of different things in there, like your grains and things. So you can never go wrong with this. It's got your dairy and all of this. So now I'm going in and making the top layer again. You don't have to do as many layers as I did. I just had a bunch of bell peppers to layer with and a bunch of meat sauce because I have such a big family. I have 5 kids and myself. So I don't eat meat anymore, but I did enjoy this dish a lot and I would make it again. And if I made it again for just myself, I wouldn't add the meat in the sauce. I would just make the sauce with like other veggies, like maybe diced tomatoes and some diced chilies or something. So again, I went in with the rice and my oldest daughter was like, Mom, save me some rice. I don't want you to use it all. And then so I was like, okay. So I saved her a little bit. She only wanted a couple of bites, so I saved her literally like two spoonfuls, y'all. Sure did. Yep, I'm petty. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so I went in, went in with the rice and the cheese, and then now I'm doing the meat sauce again, and I am going to make sure that I get as much of this on camera for you guys as I can. Excuse the bad angles. My daughter's trying to help from above on a chair, yeah. So, yeah, just bear with us. We're working on getting all of the equipment accumulated again. I did have literally everything from my YouTube studio together, and before I moved into my place, we were homeless for a long time, and God took us out of that. But in the moving situation and getting things in and out of storage, I really think some of it was stolen, but aside from that, I thank God that we were able to have what we have. So I got a new camera, and I do go back and forth from my phone and my camera. So some of the videos might be different, but that's why. And as I accumulate more, you will see. And here I just went in with the sharp cheddar sliced cheese, and I split the last one in half to make it look here at the end. And so, yeah, here's the oven, what it looks like inside. I've covered it, the bottom with the foil, and yeah, I accidentally clipped out the part where it was going into the oven. So that's why the oven photo was there. And now it's done. You want to make sure you leave it in for at least 45 minutes because you want those bell peppers to be nice and tender. And here is the finished product. And I really, really hope that this recipe suits you. I hope you try it out. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video and if you would ever try this recipe. And if you would do it differently, let me know that too. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I hope that if you do try this recipe that you give this video a like and a comment, and make sure that you share it with someone you love and care about and want them to try this with you. And as always, I love you guys. God loves you. And make sure to spread the love because God is love. Bye.